everybody. This is called buckwheat seitan stir fry. I have it on my website, and on it's titled udon seitan stir fry because I use some different noodles. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But for this one, it's a really hearty meal with lots of vegetables that we're going to begin by stir frying some of the vegetables, sauteing them a little bit in veggie broth. Go ahead and add this to the pan and talk to you about veggie broth for just a minute. You can buy veggie broth. It tends to be high in sodium, so you can get the lower sodium, and I highly recommend that if you're going to purchase it. But if you find yourself, as I do, cooking a lot of plants and chopping vegetables with scraps like the tops of carrots, the stalks from broccoli, anything else that you can think of, scraps that you're going to normally throw away, why not just keep those scraps? And as you're cooking each time, put the scraps into a freezer bag, a gallon-sized freezer bag, and tuck them away in your freezer and keep adding to them until that freezer bag is full of scraps. And once it's done, then you can make your own veggie broth for absolutely free. There is a recipe for how to make your own veggie broth on my website, but it's as simple as adding those scraps to a big stock pot or a crock pot with water and a few spices, maybe bay leaf or a little Italian dry seasoning or something, but you're just going to boil them down and then remove the scraps, and you're left with broth that you know exactly what's in it. So I highly recommend try making your own veggie broth. It's kind of fun. So I've added some veggie broth to this, and now I'm going to add some onions that I've diced up, some mushrooms. Again, I'm using portobello mushrooms, but you could use button mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, any kind of mushrooms that you prefer. I'm also going to go ahead and add a little bit of chopped or diced red bell pepper to this. And we're going to get it, let me make sure I haven't left anything out. So now I'm going to just let it have a few minutes to cook and soften these vegetables up for just a few minutes. And as it does that, after just a few minutes, I'm going to add the broccoli. I'm not going to add it right now because I don't want it to overcook. We want it to be bright green but still have a little bit of crunch to it. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave these, and we'll put the lid on them so they'll cook a little bit faster. While they're cooking, I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things. One is the noodles. These are soba noodles. They're Asian noodles, Japanese style soba noodles. They're made from buckwheat, so if you are gluten intolerant, this is a great noodle for you to have. They're easy to cook. You just boil them in about 12 to 15 minutes on the stove. I've already boiled these, as you can see, and rinse them under cold water. The reason I rinse them under cold water is, one, to get that starchy covering off of them, and then two, to stop the cooking process, because oftentimes if you leave the noodles in the water that they cooked in, or if you just dump them and they still have a lot of water in them, they'll continue cooking and overcook. Especially with soba noodles, you don't want them to overcook. They begin to stick together and they aren't very good. As I mentioned on my website, I use oftentimes udon noodles that are also found in many grocery stores in the Asian section, and definitely at an Asian market if you go there. So soba or udon noodles are great. Now the udon noodles are not gluten-free. The soba ones are starting to get warm and let us know. Yeah, these are getting softer. I'm going to go ahead now and add the broccoli so it will have a chance to soften up without overcooking. My sister used to hate vegetables, especially broccoli, or so she thought. She grew up not touching it because she said it was disgusting. But when I talked her into going plant-based, or at least giving it a try, she did, and she found out she doesn't hate broccoli. She hates overcooked broccoli. And so if you leave it to the point where it's not overcooked, it still has a little crunch, it's better. So I'm going to tilt that just a minute. All right, so another thing that we're going to add to this is seitan. Seitan you may not have heard of before. It is not gluten-free. It's actually made with Vital wheat gluten. You can make it yourself if you want to. It's pretty easy to do. You buy it. I usually get the Bob's Red Meal. It looks like flour when you buy it. You can get the Vital wheat gluten. I know at Ingles and other grocery stores, Whole Food for sure. But you can buy it and you mix it with water and a few spices and you knead it like bread, and then you bake it in the oven and slice it. Or you can just buy it already cooked. It is hard to find in the store. Most of the time you're going to have to go to Whole Foods to find, or a co-op or something like that, to find it already cooked. But this is what it looks like. You can see that it's very meaty looking and it has a meaty texture to it. It's not processed. It's made with Vital wheat gluten and spices, and that really is all that there is to it. Very low in fat. So that's something that you can use occasionally. I wouldn't use it all the time, but use it occasionally in stir fries or even for barbecue sandwiches. One of my husband's favorite dinners is when I get this and just add barbecue sauce to it and then serve it on a whole grain bun with some fresh spinach leaves and onion. It's really good. Serve it with a side of corn on the cob or salad. It's a delicious dinner that you can pull together in minutes. And this stuff can be frozen, whether you make it yourself or whether you buy it. When I buy it, because it's not available close to me, I buy a lot at one time, and I throw it in the freezer as it is and pull it out as needed. So I'm going to go ahead and add the seitan. Oh, this is looking beautiful. Take a peek at this. See how bright the broccoli is getting? It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and add the seitan. And I'm even going to go ahead and add the noodles. Next, I am going to mix up the sauce that goes with this, which is just flour or arrowroot powder, some kind of thickener. That's what we're going for. So I'm using arrowroot powder. We're going to add a little soy sauce and a little more of the veggie broth. And we're going to just whisk it together. And one of the things I like about using arrowroot powder is that it doesn't clump like cornstarch. I know there's methods you can use for cornstarch not clumping, but this is just easier for me. So either one, whatever you have on hand. We're going to froth it up just a little bit. And we're going to add it to our stir fry. I'm going to add a little bit of onion powder. You could do garlic powder. That didn't want to come out very well. Onion powder and a little bit of dry parsley as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start stirring this up as it begins to thicken and distribute that sauce and all the flavor around to the pasta and to the fresh cooked vegetables. And this is looking beautiful. And it's going to be a really colorful, hearty, delicious meal. I'm going to turn it off because we don't want to cook it really anymore at this point. Those noodles to get mushy. So I'm going to put a little bit on a plate so you can see how beautiful. All right. Okay, so this is a delicious meal that you would be proud to serve to anybody. Let's give it a try. Delicious. This is another winner, so I hope that you enjoyed this recipe and all of the other recipes that we have made today. Hope that you'll get in the kitchen, get more comfortable there with making healthy foods that are going to heal the body and provide all of the nutrients that you need. Y'all have a good day. Remember to give it a thumbs up and like it on my page, and leave your comments and let me know how your family likes it. Y'all have a great day.